The anniversary banners just got a whole lot more valuable. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. We are 3 days away from the start of Global Dokkan's 9th anniversary. And with that, we are coming off the tail end of a Dokkan Now where they announced something that changes the value of the Part 1 9th anniversary banners drastically in the favor of the players. So we're going to spend some time talking about that in this video. By the way, shout out to all of you guys who joined us for the live react to Dokkan Now. They went over a whole bunch of stuff in that, such as the units, kits, and their animations, the Broly and the Gogeta, of course, as well as talking about a little bit of information about the Sing Now. We did all our talking about that in the video, so this video is mostly focused on some information about the banners. So let's go ahead, let's hop in, and let's do this. So you guys can see here that for 400 hours, you can do a 7-step multi-summon discount, where at the end, you are guaranteed to recruit a featured SSR. This is huge. We have never had guaranteed featured steps on an anniversary banner before. This drastically increases the value, right? Because when we look at the banners, right, let's look at Gogeta's banner here, right? A guaranteed featured step means at the end of your steps, you're getting one of these units. Gogeta, Trunks, Gohan, Cooler, Broly Trio, who's getting an Easy A, UI Goku, who just got an Easy A, Triku, or one of these guys who got their Easy A. Now, of course, obviously you want an LR, but I mean, still, possibility of getting one of these guys guaranteed. Now, I'm not sure if, since this is an LR, this would apply to them. I don't believe so. I believe just like with pity banners, it's going to work the same way, right? So, looking at the way it's set up for 7, right, this is very, very similar to the way pity banners work, right? Like an example with Ginyu's banner. Every 3 multis is a guaranteed featured multi, and you can do that 7 times until you eventually get either pity or the unit. Here, I don't know that it's slightly better because you're never guaranteed the unit at a certain point, but you're always guaranteed a feature at the end of 7. And they mention in the Dokkan Now that this can be done for the entirety of the banner's existence, right? So basically up to the start of part 2. So this is really, really, really good for many players, especially those of you who have been saving up throughout the year, right? When we look at Broly's banner here, I would honestly say this benefits Broly's banner more than Gogeta's, right? Because Broly, he's got the 5th year Easy A, so if you're missing copies of these, this is your chance to pick them up. They're really good in the 9th anniversary content. Not as good as they were, you know, just before the Fusion Zamos meta, but they can still be very, very powerful and very useful on different setups, especially if you're focusing on them, utilizing their slot 3 70% chance to dodge. These guys are getting their Easy A in part 2. Very powerful unit. Z-Duo can still nuke things. Broly himself and Frieza are phenomenal. This dude's seen a huge boon since the release of Rose, right? And so every 7 multis, you are guaranteed to pick up somebody from this banner, right? This is just, no matter which way you cut it, this is insane value for an anniversary. We've never seen anything like this. So, I mean, really what this means, right? When we look at the steps, right? So for step 1, 30 stones, you get 1 step, and these are all 10 unit multis, by the way. So 30 stones, 40 stones, 50 stones, so that's 70 and then 130. So 130 stones, and then you get a free multi. That's pretty good. It's a 20 stone discount right there. Then, after your free multi, you do 40 stones, 45, and 150, so 135 stones. So, realistically, that's about 255 stones, and that gets you 1 guaranteed featured SSR. So, that's about on par with the average, what you should be seeing with a featured unit, right? The average is 250 stones. If you're not getting anything within that, you're usually, that's kind of signs of a shaft, right? But now, every 7, every 250 or so, you are getting a featured LR or TUR, depending on the banner you're drawing on. So that's pretty good. Now, I'm unsure if there's still a free multi after the 7th. I would assume so. So there's a free one here at step 4 and a free one at step 8. and then it resets back to step 1, and you just keep doing this for the 400 hours. This is a pretty good deal, honestly. It's the best deal we've ever had for the anniversary, so cannot complain there. Now, the thing that's unclear at the current moment is the fate of tickets, right? If we jump over here, let's go to the news tab real quick. For Global Dokkan. So let's find this here. So the thing that is still unclear for us here on Global is the fate of these tickets right here. If I can find them, might be a little bit further back here. Nope, that's the Ginyu tickets. Where are they? It might be. Let's take a look here. Pets on Battle. Rose stuff. There they are. Yeah, so, right. So, typically the anniversary banners give 3+1s and tickets for every multi. You get 3 tickets per multi. By the end of a round, right, you do 1 more multi, and you've got 10 tickets, enough to do a summon on a ticket banner. Now, we do have these 9th anniversary countdown packs that were available up from the beginning of the Frieza celebration all the way up until now. So they give you the equivalent of 1 multi on each banner. Now, we are unsure if the banners themselves are going to be giving these tickets. The Dokkan Now didn't mention anything about it. I don't know that they would have, because it's not a big change. It's kind of just something that's always there. So if it's there, I don't think they would have made a big to-do about it. However, we don't know. They might be here, they might not. It might only be those other tickets available for pay-to-play players. So unsure at the moment. Now, whether it is or isn't, I mean, even stone value wise, this is still pretty good. If you're somebody who's been following our stone saving guides and you've been saving up since the beginning of January, you've got close to 2k stones right now. And so this, this is going to be incredibly valuable for you with or without those tickets. So I do think it's definitely a plus. But I mean, if there are tickets, they will show up in the data download that'll happen just before the start of the anniversary. They usually do it about a day or so beforehand. Now, the thing with these countdown packs is and in the Dokkan Now, they do mention that specifically these banners are dropping on the where is it? It's here somewhere. But they mentioned specifically that the banners are dropping on the 8th of July. That's when they'll be able to be used. So if there are other tickets available through summoning, or if it's just those ones, we should see something within the data download just before that drop happens on the 6th or early on the 7th. We'll know for sure then. So either way, still incredibly valuable, and it's pretty safe to assume that this will also be available on the Part 2 banners. I don't know why they would introduce it in Part 1 and then not keep it for Part 2, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that they'll also be on Beast and the Gamma's banner. I see no reason why not to assume they're not, especially if this is to replace the tickets. So, guys, that is it for our video. Like I said, for the Dokkan Now, we're just talking about the banners here. I wanted to make a separate video for this, really breaking down what it meant, how much it's going to cost you to get one of these guaranteed featured. So, I mean, realistically, within, if you did 1,000 stones on Broly banners, you have a pretty good chance of getting him on one of those featured multis. So just throwing that out there. So if you guys liked our video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what are your thoughts on this change? Does it incentivize you to summon more on Gogeta or Broly? If it does, who do you plan on summoning for? Let us know in the comments down below. Or are you someone who's holding strong for Beast Gohan? Also, let us know in the comments down below. And if nothing else, guys, thanks for watching, and aloha.